What's up, Dragon Brood? I have a couple of things to address real quick, so just hang on here. But if you don't know, I do have a new YouTube channel where I've started doing reviews and reaction videos over there. Lots of good, helpful stuff there, and about to be some very good, fun stuff. So go check that out. I'll have the link in the description below. But also, if you have any type of fun or interesting regional snacks or candy, I want to know. If I can order it online, I want to be able to order it. If I can't order it and you mail it to me, I will pay you for it. Like, I want to start trying all these different things out, and that's some of the stuff I'm going to have over on my reaction channel as well. So hit me up on the Discord, send me a message, post in the comments here what you got. I'm curious, I want to know. And if nothing else, I can give you my post office box, you can send it to me. But I want to get that out of the way anyway. But today's video, we are going to be playing Golgari Graveyard Shenanigans. I don't know what we're calling that, but here's the thing. This video we're going to treat a little bit differently because I couldn't think of a good way to do that. And I honestly, what time is it right? It's almost 1 a.m. local time. And I spent the last hour trying to figure out how to format this, and I recorded a couple things. And ultimately, there's no good way to do this. Partly because the deck was kind of a total experiment from front to back, and I kept changing what the deck looked like. So whatever I showed you in the beginning wouldn't even be what you were seeing played by the second game, and definitely not what you're seeing by the fourth game. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you a series of games that were played, and then at the end I'm going to talk about where we ended up on the cards and why. So if you just want to see the deck list at the very end, you can skip to the end and see it, or you can just see the games through the process. Maybe there's some cards you like that I ended up removing or not. This is a very different video than we normally do, but I just figured I'd give you a heads up so it at least makes sense. I don't know if this is going to work for you for the games. Let me know in the comments below if this type of thing even works at all for you, because I have no idea. I've really genuinely fought over the decision with myself for a good, like, probably 45 minutes plus. This is just what we're going with, so I apologize if it doesn't work for you, but it's a totally different viewing experience. At least give it a go one time. Watch the video all the way through. If you don't like it, then let me know in the comments and we won't do it again. But either way, let's go take a look at this Golgari graveyard list and hope things work out. But yeah, we have some fun with our podcast, that's for sure. We'll keep this. Like this week, you know, telling the story, like the barbershop thing was just unreal. I mean, I don't even know how else to describe that. Like, it was the most unreal things I've ever seen. Like, it was insane. Amusing, but utterly ridiculous. Okay, no attacks there. This equipment deck or just a Boros Aggro deck? Looks like just a Boros Aggro deck. So if they attack, we actually are going to block with this. And I think I don't know what I want to do this turn, actually. Part of me says we want to just go search for a land and then make sure we have access to 2 black. Feels a little lame-o, but probably accurate. Oh, and of course I just drew the swamp off the top. Gosh dang it, I could have taken a more productive card. Oh, well, I guess we'll kill this thing, because it's going to be annoying if I don't. And I guess we'll just go get another one. Sure. And I might as well attack, because I'm not going to block that charger. But yeah, we had some fun on the podcast this week. We got to tell some interesting stories, laugh a little bit. But, you know, it's... Oh my gosh. This is gonna suck. Alright. Don't have much time to get stuff done now. Now we're in trouble. At least that blocks, so that helps. Let's remove a creature for us. Let's go to our graveyard. We want to remove this duder. So that grows our Willow Geist. Play this. So we at least have a blocker. Okay, we do gain a life to drain the opponent for 1 out of that, so it's not the end of the world. when this blocks or dies, assuming it doesn't get exiled here, we can go... We can destroy the equipment or Brunner here. Yeah, it still doesn't trample, so that's fine. Do we get rid of the equipment or do we get rid of the dude? I guess we get rid of the equipment. And hope to draw another 1/1. That's the plan here. Oh no. That was the worst thing that could happen. Any spell would have been better than nothing. That's not cool. Not cool at all. Okay. I mean, we might just be dead on this turn. I'm taking a big gamble here. Oh, they have another one, don't they? Damn. That sucks. Hopefully they don't have a cheap equipment, too. Okay, aspirant and... Oh, nothing else. Okay. Wasn't expecting that. Alright, let's see if we could find a graveyard glutton here. That'd be nice. Man, if we'd have drawn anything that wasn't, like, almost any card in our deck that's not... Wait, you're not even attacking? Not even... What? Okay. Why is that the thing? I'm truly baffled by this situation. I guess they didn't want us to attack in with the Hive Tyrant or something here. But, like, I'm not going to block with the Hive of the Hive Tyrant. I mean, I guess I could block the 2-power thing. But then they're both going to be 3s this turn. Huh. I don't know. I'll just leave it in the opponent's side here. I don't know what's happening. I mean, until this is 4 or bigger, I can't really do anything with it, so... We're at 20. I mean, we could just take the 6 and risk it for the biscuit. Alright, opponent's just wanting to juice their things up and probably just sacrifice one of them. Yeah. Let's go ahead and play this. Go ahead and play this with a kicker. We get to trigger our things. No attack. Alright. I mean, those are big and saucy. Neat. Alright. So now we have a situation. Like, do I attack with this? Well, you don't even remove anything now. We could attack with this. I should have done that first, actually. They could have blocked, killed the Willow Geist. Yeah, that was a bit of a mistake. It's alright, though. Ooh, actually, wait, is this at the beginning of our upkeep? Okay, I wouldn't get to respond. Never mind. I was thinking I could mill stuff, stack that, and then let that trigger, but it doesn't do anything. Alright, our turn. Also, do we want to mill the opponent? I only have 3 cards. I'm going to have to mill them 3 times. Yeah. Alright. Oh, that would have been so good to have. This doesn't suck, though. I don't have anything in the yard I can get back, right? Nothing there right now. Okay. How are we gonna navigate this? I mean, this could get really big. We could end up putting 2 cards a turn, or 2 counters a turn, so we could outpace the Fireblade Chargers. We could start attacking for 1 as well. Alright, so we're just gonna pass. Let's just juice our graveyard once, so we make sure we have some extra fodder for these folks. Oh, that's annoying. But they're actually not in a position where they can safely attack, really, so I don't think it matters all that much. Plus, we can still find a kill card, so I'm mostly alright with that. And we have enough mana that iTwitch now can go find Mascot Exhibition. So we're not that hurt over it. Let's target ourselves here. Ooh, that sucks. Lost a Binding of the Old Gods. Let's go from our graveyard. Let's remove an Egon, I guess, because I don't think that's going to come back and do anything. Oh, no. I mean, I guess having two of them's not bad, though, because it puts us closer to lethal on the opponent, so I guess that's fine. Maybe I also should have held that. Okay. Could also do a weird thing where, like, okay, fine. Still don't know if or when the opponent's attacking here, though. I could have attacked a while ago and just really gotten back our... I should have done that with the Skyclave Shade a while back. I may have waited too long now. I don't think the opponent has a way to do anything with their graveyard, so... It's just a matter of if I want this active so I can attack, but I don't think so. I think it's just on blocking duty. Let's just target ourselves. Okay, now let's draw a land. My graveyard. We'll remove probably Stick Fingers. I don't think he's going to do anything from the graveyard. Okay. There we go. Get this back. And then we're getting close. We can have 1, 2, 3, 4 blockers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 attackers. That's only 3, 6, 7 guaranteed damage through, and they'll get to chump block and kill some things. So it's not great yet. Getting closer, though. Getting closer. I feel like we can at least safely block and outpace the opponent here, so I'm not that worried about it. Them getting some more chump blockers like that, though, is annoying. So we don't love that. Alright, Brunner, sure. We still have 34 cards, so, yep, let's hit ourselves again. Oh, there we go. There we go. Our graveyard, let's hit it again. Let's get a Death Bonnet Sprout. Excellent. Now, I just need a creature to die so I can get Ebon Death out of the yard, right? So here's an interesting thing. Do I just attack? Well, this is going to first strike one of the Skyclave Shades, so that doesn't do much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right now I can guarantee 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can guarantee 7 damage. That's about it. Maybe 8. Trying to think of the best way to get an Ebon Death into the yard. Or out of the yard. But I think we just pass here. No need to get hung up on that. I mean, we may just, at some point, just attack with the iTwitch to just go get something out of the yard. I mean, out of the board to either exile a creature, just get some more flyers, like whatever it is we want to do. This is where opponents start getting tricky and annoying, where they want to put something on the creature that's going to die, and then blah, blah, blah. But, like, we just let it through. We're at 20. I mean, you don't have double strike or anything. Actually, no, I could still just block with the iTwitch. So, yeah, I'm fine with that. It does get vigilance, though. Okay. We get... I mean, do we just Exhibition? Because I think that just ends the game. I mean, we could Pest Summoning, maybe exile a thing, but I think we just do this. Put some more stuff in our yard. Ah, just lands. Okay. Go to our graveyard. We still have another creature. We just put an eye twitch there. Duress, I don't think does anything here, but, you know, we're going to check it out just to see. Didn't think so. Why would you not have played that if you had the opportunity to? Then you just start scrying. Alright, well. This puts us in a winning position, so... yeah. It's all you, opponent. I mean, they've got 5 blockers to our giant pile of attackers. Assume 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gets blocked, and we get 3. Actually, no, I forgot about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 gets through currently. Which is amusing, because this is almost lethal to kill us, just from those dying. It's actually quite a lot. Oh, they're going to sacrifice it. Hit us for 9. Alright, they're moving that to Bruner. And then just making that big. Okay. I mean, we do have to be careful, because if they have some way to prevent any damage or kill a creature, we could be in trouble. Okay, so what do you have to sacrifice? That's the question here. Alright, so the plan is... block... I want to block in a way that we don't kill these. That's the real trick here. So we take the least amount of damage. Let's see. We'll block here. Block. Actually, our 6/6 can't block unless an opponent has it, so we can't do anything with that. I'm gonna block here. And currently it's 11, 12 coming through. I mean, we have to be careful because they could randomly have a sweeper here. I don't know why they would, but I feel like that's a real possibility. And if so, we're going to die letting any of this damage through, which is the worst feeling in the world, by the way. Because if this, we take 6, we go to 14, these will do 12, 17. So it's 21. So do we have to chump to kill that too? I don't think I can chump effectively though. Okay, they're gonna die anyway. Alright, cool. They didn't have it. The Skyclave Shades. Okay, what do we do with this? We get to go first. But this hand doesn't do anything, so we're gonna mulligan. This barely does something. Let's keep and get rid of one of these. Alright, let's see what we can do. I have a feeling these are not gonna live very long. They're not gonna... Whoa, man, are you serious? Well, okay. Sadly, I can't play both of them because I know that too many of these decks are playing Cinderclasms now. I even have some decks with Cinderclasms in the list, so... Okay, the fact that they're frostbiting means they don't have it, so that's pretty good. That's a good sign. Oh, they're not playing what I would think is a Cinderclasm deck now. Okay, we're gonna attack. We're gonna play... I mean, I don't know. Maybe they are Cinderclasming. I got no clue. I mean, if you got us, opponent. I gotta put the shade out there to hope it dies or something. Alright, well, attack with the shade. Play Golem. We have 2 black, 2 green. Alright. Stormseeker? Sure. Old stick fingers. I'm glad we found something, because I was going to get a little worried there for a second if we didn't have a spell to play. Actually, let's just attack with this. Alright, stick fingers it is. We hit 2 creatures. Not bad, not bad. So we've got 3 in the yard now. Didn't really want to see that, though. Opponents only has 1 card in their yard. That doesn't make us happy. Oh, looks like we're going to get something fought. Stick fingers gonna die. Okay. Oh, that's what I was afraid of. Now those are gonna flip. Yeah, because there's nothing good to do out of our graveyard here. Oh, no. I mean, the good news is opponent's only at 9, so, like, this isn't the end of the world. What are we hoping to do here, though? I'm trying to think, like, what I could flip in the yard, maybe do anything here, but I don't think there's any relevant card, sadly. Other than another shade. These would become 5 power, possibly 6. This sucks. We're still better off blocking. And I don't want to put this in because if we do flip a shade, I can guarantee I can replay a spell next turn. Maybe even 2 things, possibly. They're going to get to kill our golem. That sucks. Rough turn. Rough turn. Okay, we found an Ebon Death. That's not the worst thing. Alright, though if the opponent does all-out attack here, that's not great for them. Alright, we take 10. Go to 11. They do have the ability to do 11 next turn. What do we do here? We attack for 3, right? I don't think we can survive this. Well, actually, I guess we can. Just barely. Unless they have a fight spell. Then I think we die. Oh, man. Really? What a way to lose. Yeah, we're dead. GG's. That sucks. We drew so dead there. And all I needed was... Oh, man, so many things we could have drawn. Just attack with everything, opponent. It doesn't matter. I got nothing. Even if I had a kill spell, I'd barely be alive. I'd be at 1 right now. Yeah, I'm not even going to block. Sure. Or if we'd have got the Hive of the Eye Tyrant last turn, would have helped. This is something. I guess we keep it. We can play Eye Twitch. Probably just play Skyclave Shade. And then play Inscription to make them discard 2, depending on what they're playing. I mean, maybe we want to kill a creature, I guess. I mean, I guess if their creature is... Okay. I was going to say, if it's like a Aspirant, I'd probably want to kill it. Yeah, Fading Hopes. Why do we have a format with both Fading Hope and Divide by 0 legal? Like, that's one of the most unfun things. On top of having infinite sweepers. Because we've had infinite sweepers for like 2 years now. There are so many, it feels like. I feel like we can get a better inscription next turn. And there's a chance this becomes a 4/4. Because if they, like, say divide by play a land, divide by 0 or whatever, then we can inscription them to try to make them discard 2. We also have the ability to blank their divide by 0, technically, by sacking whatever it is they target and then drawing cards. Which we're kind of wanting to do since we're missing mana here. Yep, I assume they were going to try. Oh no, this is just Infernal Grasp. Okay. And then they're going to discard 1 anyway? Yeah, sure. We just get their whole hand now, right? And they lose 2 life? This feels real good. Like, I don't want to sack that at all. I mean, I do a little bit, but this is much better to try to do. Oh, they were Fill the Ruin encounters. They were all about it. They were going to make our life miserable. All right. Well, we're attacking for 3. Fading Hope. Now I don't want you to scry. Especially since I can just get this back anyway. Though they could counter it, I suppose. I don't much care. Yeah, exactly. Like, I don't get the cards, but I get a dude back anyway, so sure. Alright, we did about the best we could do against a blue-black deck here. We weathered the storm pretty strongly. How many creatures do we have in the yard? Just 1? So we're going to play this. And this. And this. And we're going to attack. Alright. We got our dudes juiced up. This is what we wanted. Yep. And we just pass. Got it. Yeah, we'll keep. I don't love this, though. Not gonna lie. This is not great. We need this to survive to our turn so we can at least have divide by 0 backup. That was, like, biggest step number 1 there. Alright. We'll attack. In the turn. There's a werewolf. It's a prosperous innkeeper. Not a werewolf. Alright. Ooh. Oh, that's not what we wanted to see either. That sucks. Alright. We only flipped 1 creature into the yard. Ugh. Ugh. Maybe it's time for me to sacrifice this Death Sprout. Well, yeah, now we need to anyway. Give us a chance to find a removal for that dude. I mean, admittedly, our plan is just going to be play a Ebon Death most likely, but, you know, fact of the matter. We are drawing lots of mana, though, today. I mean, I was like, just do what you're gonna do. I got no answers here, opponent. Like, it's have a field day. Yep. Might as well attack with everything. We just take a big ol' 8-ball. Okay, I guess this could have been worse. Okay, no attacks. I need to get an Egon or Stick Fingers or something here. Creature lands, anything. We need something productive. Alright. He did. I mean, I guess I gotta take 4 and double block this dude. If you pump him up, you pump him up. Alright, I was gonna say, we just gotta take that risk. No, that sucks. Because we know they're playing those, we can't afford for them to... Ugh, that's rough. Yep. I mean, really didn't have a choice, because if they had another Stormseeker and we didn't play anything and it would have come down with haste, we'd have risked dying depending on what else they had, so that's a tough one. Even here, they might just want to attack with... Oh. Why this? I mean, we're going to do this, but... I was kind of wondering... Okay, they must have a good spell in hand or something. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, I guess we go get the obvious. Even though I really want to get rid of that Moonveil Regent. Yeah, red and 7 makes sense. Come on, Bloodchief's Thirst. Well, that almost does it. Actually, wait a minute. This maybe does do it. So I can return something 2 or less. I can... No, because then we just die to the land, right? Well, we're at 7. Maybe we don't. It depends on what those cards are. Well, we make them discard, because we can pay the whole thing. Alright. So we're going to do all 3. Opponent discards 2. We return a creature. We destroy something mana 3 or less. So, target an opponent. We'll return Stick Fingers, I guess, since it's an 8/8. Though, Eye Twitch keeps us... oh well. We're risking a lot. Like, we're just risking it for the biscuit. Not a lot we can do. We're not in a good shape here. They did have another dragon in hand. Good news is, if we survive the turn, we do end up with... Oh, man. Really? It's so bad for us. Oh. And they got a land to have a possibly even bigger tree next turn. Whew. When you're drawing it, you're drawing it. I mean, you can guarantee you get 5 in if you want to. I will block the tree. I mean, it's kind of it. Actually, will I block the tree? Oh, no, that's 7 anyway, isn't it? Yep. GG's. And I almost went and got the eye twitch. Keep it. Hopefully draw basic lands so we can put this in untapped. That's going to be really keen for us getting to play all these things out. Come on, deck, cooperate. Come on, deck, cooperate. That's not what we were looking for. Though, not awful, in the sense that if they do play a 2 mana thing, we can kill it and still play one of these others. So I guess it's fine. Okay, they didn't play anything. We didn't flip a creature to the graveyard, so still not where we want to be. But we're going to play this because it increases the odds of getting what we want. We're going to go ahead and play that. Now, when they remove something, we'll just be sad because we won't be able to kill it with our Blood Chief's Thirst. Yep. Trample and haste. Sure, no block. Oh, dudes, really? Really? Like, come on now. Like, this is what you're gonna do to me? This is how you're gonna treat me? Oh, wow. No creatures in the yard, no nothing there. Oh, no, 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 no. We don't have any creatures in the yard yet. Alright, we'll attack with these. I'll block with the Eye Twitch, knowing we're about to take a bunch of trample damage, or they're going to gain life and all that mess, because I'm sure they have a... Put the counters on, blah, blah, blah. So we're going to take a bunch here. Yep, Ignition. No surprise. We're going to block. Just so we can set up stuff for future turns. I'm going to go ahead and just take probably Necrotic Fumes. Just so we have that for later. Though Pest Summoning's probably more appropriate here. Hey, we found creatures and got them into the graveyard. Who knew? We can wait on that for next turn. This is more important here. Now, sadly, this does give haste to something. So if they get like a 1 or 2 mana thing, or 1 mana thing, and then still can blast us for a bit, that's going to be annoying. Good news is, if the Willow Geist gets bigger, we do gain some life whenever this dies. So it's not the end of the world. We now are going to be able to stick fingers, I'm assuming, for at least like 5 total. Oh, that's going to suck. That guy's going to be annoying. Good news is, though, I can sack that. Let's remove the Angel Fire Ignition so we don't have to see that again. Oh, that's nifty. Don't hate that. Still just a 3/3, though. Okay. Put that on black. We are not going to... Well, we are going to play you, actually. But we're going to do this first. Sack this thing. Turn our Geist into a 2/2. And we're going to attack. Another Relic Robber. Gosh, dang. Okay, sure. Yeah. We'll remove it. Why not? Yeah. I was going to say, we have plenty there. We're going to keep this, but we're going to need a lot of luck. Because I may end up just having to sacrifice our Willow Geist to this deadly. But I'm kind of hoping to go this into a 2 mana thing, draw a land, play the farmer, and then maybe try to go off with Stick Fingers, but we'll see. Alright, that didn't really work. Alright, end the turn. Creeper, sure. Well, I was going to do something else. Alright. I really hate that, but I think it's correct. Mostly because our hand's so bad and so slow that, like, we'd be fighting uphill against so many things right now. Oh, yeah, that doesn't change anything. Ooh. We didn't even get a... Oh. Oh, why is our luck so bad? I didn't even get a bigger hit with the Willow guys. Well, here comes Ren and 7, probably, and we can't do anything about it. Yep. Well, okay. I guess, yeah, I suppose we do this instead. Mostly because of the Willow Geist implications. I could have attacked both of those into a Ren and 7 and given one of these up. I just don't know how good that would have really been. Alright. Oh, and they found a Storm the Festival, even. Okay. Lots of work to do here. Alright, Cultivator, sure. We need to just top deck a removal card here. Or this is just not going to go well. Well, it's not going to go well. 1, 2... do we just do it for 2? Because we have a Death Bond? There's still only one thing in the graveyard. Ugh. Alright, let's try. Okay, we at least hit creatures there. That's good. This gives us a chance to get Ebb and Death out, possibly. If it's not too late by then. There's also the world where we get our stick fingers big enough that we can block big things, so... I don't know. Let's see what's up. Oh, well that means there's another Ren in 7. Nope, they're just going to storm the festival for it. Because they drew one. Oh boy. The farmer is useful, but I'm just not sure how useful in this build. Oh, they stole our stick fingers. And they have chariots. Great. Sometimes I feel like I'm getting beat by my own decks that I post around the internet. Sure, we take 9. Why not? Yeah, no blocks. Still not there. Wow. Okay. Alright. Well, we're going to do it for 4. Alright, we get a 7/7 stick fingers. That helps. No attacks. We can remove 1 festival if we keep the Death Bonnet Sprout alive. Oh, man. Really? Oh, and they didn't even go to make another token. Ugh. Oh, they're just trying to get to the Storm the Festival. 6, 7, 8. Yeah, they have 8 already. Oh, boy. What are we going to do here? Alright, Farmer's going to go to work. You're going to go to work. Is this where we just block with Geist? Gain our 3? Or 2, I mean? Probably. I think that's the smartest thing to do here. And we get a bigger stick fingers out of the exchange, so that seems fine. We can stop one of the Storm the Festivals. Egon, huge, huge. All right. Sure. Lots of things in the yard. Now the only thing I'm looking at... Actually, no, the mistake here is I should have auto or manually tapped, because if I were to draw a Blood Chief's Thirst, I'm not going to be able to cast it now. And I really should just be sacrificing the Skyclave Shade here. We can block 1, 2, have to block 3, or we could take 7, but they attack with all of it. We're in pretty rough shape. Yeah, we really needed to be able to risk to draw the Blood Chief's Thirst. I'm going to be really sad if there's one up top. That's definitely something that was avoidable, sadly.
They prepare for war.
We could have been in pretty good shape here, but no dice. Oh, and they had another grafted identity? Jeez, okay. Well, they win. Like, nothing we're going to do there. Okay. White aggro deck, here we go. We did find green mana. This is going to be tough, because I don't think we're going to get anything against white with our Egon and our Scavenger. Oh, so you're doing this. Okay then, opponent. I see you. Sure. Good news is, they've dwindled their hand down quite a bit, so that increases the odds that we get to do something useful. Not that we will, but it just increases the odds that we will. Let's... Trying to decide how badly I want to just play Egon as it is. I think we just pass here, though. I think the plan is going to be block. We'll sacrifice, get a cards, treasure, all that good stuff. Hopefully find one of our green creatures so we could play Egon and the creature, and then follow up with Nighthawk if that's possible. Because I'm assuming some stuff's going to get exiled and all that fun stuff. Alright. I mean, we just have to survive enough life here. I mean, opponent is low on cards. So anything is possible right now. The downside is opponent doesn't have anything in their yard, so we're not going to get a bunch of life off of our Nighthawk Scavenger, which is super sad. But nothing we can do about that part. Though, maybe we could find a Blood Chief's Thirst. We do have plenty of mana, though, so this opens up what we can do. Maybe we just take a Pest Summoning. That's not the most useful thing now, is it? We'll reveal this. It's very tempting to play the summoning here, but I think I'm just, well, we just don't have much in the yard. I guess we could play Nighthawk Scavenger as a deterrent. And then if it just gets exiled, then we just got to go with plan B here. Which I think plan B is Scavenger plus Throne, and then we just see what happens after that. Okay, this tells us they don't actually have the thing we're afraid of in their hand. So no blocks. Or actually, do we block? If we block here, then that means we're kind of dedicating to playing Egon next turn. Let's just go to 9, see what happens. I don't know what that card is in their hand. The way they played this, I have no clue. I'm hoping we draw something. I was hoping we drew something we'd be able to play 2 reasonable spells this turn. We do have Pest Summoning, though, so we can block if we need to next turn. Man, we needed any of our 1-drop things to show up. Would have made this so much easier. I may actually have to remove our own card to gain a life, which sucks. I don't think we can. I think we're just living on Egon. I mean, nothing else we can do here. We save it for a turn, and then it just dies after that. Hoping to just do something productive over these next couple turns. And I will admit, I did also consider blocking the previous turn because we would have got life off of the Trespasser when we played it, which, you know, draining the opponent, still worth it. I'm very curious what those cards are in hand. If they don't kill a creature, and they don't exile a thing. Portable Hole of Treasure? Alright, that actually is a relevant play, believe it or not. I mean, I'll sack it, just cuz. Make it look as though maybe I have another Deadly Dispute or some such. Oh, I see what they were doing. They were wanting to get rid of it to make a 3/3 Spellbinder. That didn't work out for them, though. Gotcha. Well, that all makes a lot of sense. Yep. Scrap those. Oh, man. Really? Ugh. How do we draw so much mana all the time? Jeez. I mean, them getting rid of the treasure does matter, because I can't Pest Summoning plus Trespasser or whatever the way we want, so kind of get stuck there. I mean, best we can do. On the plus side, if the opponent doesn't play anything, I guess we get a 4/4. And they know we have 2 blockers, so we can survive for a bit. 4 mana is probably bad for us. Well, this was going to die anyway. So, I mean, if they could buff it up, they buff it up. Yeah, that doesn't change anything. I mean, I say that. It keeps us from getting a card. So, it does at least do that for them. Ooh, now that is interesting. That is very interesting. See, now this is why this actually is interesting, because if we can even get this to like a 3/3 or a 4/4, it does gain a bit of relevance here. And then next turn we would be able to play Pest Summonings, block, gain some life, obviously, and then still be able to Ebon Death. And then that changes things a little bit. So I'm going to go with this for 4 and just see if we hit something. Wait, I played a land for the turn, right? Yeah, I did. I mean, I just want to get it to like a 3/3. Oh, all creatures. Oh, that's so good. That's so good. All right. Well, we'll attack with this then. Because now gaining a little, we're just like, okay, not a big deal. Now he can jump block and doesn't hurt as much. Yep. You have a big old first striker if you want it, I guess. Do we block here? Let's say we take 6. We go to 6. We don't want to really remove anything. Yeah, we have to block. Well, But if the opponent doesn't play anything, And then we get to where we could drain them for 2, attacking with a 4/4 and whatever, and save this to block. And we know we got this. All right, I'm gonna let it through. Let's see what you got in hand, opponent. Nothing. Oh, we gambled correctly. Oh, do we have anything to get back? Oh, we already removed the... Oh, we do have a Willow Geist, though. Ooh. Oh, this is good. This is good, y'all. So now we can do this. Opponent discards that card. We can kill this, which is the annoying thing. Then we can get a creature back. This also puts something in their yard for the Nighthawk Scavenger. Oh, boy. All right, let's go all 3. This was not what I expected to do this turn, but opponent. We'll get back a Willow Geist. We'll destroy this. Oh, wait, we wouldn't be able to pay 1 for it, would we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Guess we get rid of you then. And then we attack. 4 creatures in the graveyard. We go to 9. Opponent gets a land. They wouldn't be able to attack us because they need 1 more. So we attack with that. With this. And I think that's it. Knowing what we have in hand for next turn. So let's remove these and drain the opponent. I mean, it shrinks our scavenger, but nah. Alright, opponent's at 9. Oh, Adversary's a good rip there. Adversary's a damn good rip there. We can chump block, go to 5, end up with another creature in the yard. Still have creature lands we could activate. Have a death touch creature. There's a lot happening here. There's a lot happening here. Don't want that because it's not really relevant at the moment. So we have 1, 2, 3. 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so that's what we want. We want to do this. Play this. Get our blockers. We don't want to attack with this because now this is a 5/5, so that doesn't help us. And we just want to get in with that. All right, that connects. Leaves us with Ebon Death still to play, and we have Faceless Haven if something comes up and we need to block something. And we'll probably, I was going to say, just put 2 blockers on the adversary. But if they don't attack with anything else, I think we got this. And once we play the Ebon Death. Oh, interesting. You're getting in there with the familiar. Well, I'm your Huckleberry opponent. Here you go. They just ran the familiar in. Interesting. What was that about? Oh, they're dead then. So we can just attack with flyers. Yep, GG's. Whew. Okay, y'all, if you made it this far in this wild experiment, I want to say thank you, first of all. Also, if you haven't, please remember to check out my sponsor, Ultra Pro, because they have amazing stuff. You can check them out over at shop.ultrapro.com to get all types of things for storage for your card products. Okay, this list was a bit of a journey, And as you saw in the video, we tried a lot of different cards. And the toughest balance here was that we were trying to figure out what cards, like the problem is there were cards that were good to survive like the long game against control matches or whatever, but then they were terrible against the aggro decks. And then we had situations that were vice versa, the other way around. And then it was a matter of like, we didn't have quite enough quality cards to just pull things out of the graveyard or put stuff into the graveyard, really, particularly, that weren't overly gimmicky or slow. And the problem is there were a lot of cards that just ended up being underpowered at their cost to do what we needed them to do. So this is kind of how we ended up where we are now. So we definitely needed removal cards, so we ended up playing Blood Chief's Thirst, which I think this card was consistent through all the games. So no surprise there. We did end up having duresses early. I don't know if that showed up in any of the games, but we ended up cutting duress just because we figured we're going to try to play off of our creatures coming back from the yard, our creature lands or whatever, and do that to fight the long games. And seems okay in some of those matchups. We ended up with just 2 eye twitches. I really want a third one in this list though, but unfortunately there's a lot of just like, you know, what do we cut otherwise? And it's just so tight for space. But I think if you think you can get away with cutting a land, go ahead and play a third eye twitch. Death Bonnet Sprouts, definitely going to keep this. Willow Geist, definitely keeping this. These were pretty consistent through the whole thing. We decided to play Deadly Dispute, and this went everywhere from 2 to 4. And we played the last few games with just 3, and I think it's fine. Not great, but fine. Skyclave Shade, I actually thought this was going to be one of the better centerpieces to the deck to go along with Death Bonnet Sprout and Willow Geist. However, that ended up not being the case at all. It turns out, again, when you're playing against the aggro decks, it's just not good. The fact that it can't block is a super hindrance, especially since you have so many of the white creatures that can exile things and whatever, to where you really can't afford to be down a blocker. So we ended up having to go to just 2 of these, and it's unfortunate. If the mono white and mono green decks were less prevalent, I think we could get away with more Skyclave Shades. But since they're not, and they're everywhere, we kind of have to make that concession. Now, the interesting thing is I started with 3 Egons and eventually ended up at 4. Part of the reason being that you can always just play Throne of Death if necessary. And because of things floating around like Prismari Command, sometimes your Throne of Death just die and you want a replacement. So it's not bad to go ahead and go with that. And we used all parts of this, just milling, drawing cards, using Egon to just be a big blocker, sometimes to be a big attacker late game. So liked everything that this card was doing for this deck. This one probably overperformed, to be honest. Then we have Graveyard Trespasser, which this card shines the most in the Azorius matchup, right? Playing against Azorius Control, because they have a lot of the graveyard cards. They have Leer, they've got Flashback, all this stuff, right? And you're able to just get rid of all those cards. It's super good. Also very useful in the matchups where they're playing Blood on the Snow as well, because you can remove things that they could get back. But even against just control as a whole, this is a 4/4 a lot of the time, and if they want to spot kill it, it also costs them an additional card. So we love that. That's actually really, really good. Now, Inscription of Ruin. This was one that didn't come into the deck until the last, gosh, I don't know, the 4th hour of me playing this and trying stuff out. So, which, by the way, I want to be clear. Like, you only saw a handful of games in the video. We played, I don't know, probably 30 games with this thing. I mean, I don't even think that would be an exaggeration. We played quite a lot. So, you're only seeing a sampling because I'm not going to make a 4-hour video. But this card actually does a lot. I mean, it's good against the aggro decks where you can kill something, get one of your big things back, maybe get rid of something out of their hand if they were holding something to try to exile a creature. Good against the control decks. It's just a quality removal card. Even against green, you know, being able to kill stuff that's 3 or less, big deal. So there's a lot going on with this card. It does cost 3 and it's a sorcery, all that, I get it. But there were multiple times late in the game we did get to use all 3 abilities, so that was pretty nice. Something to do with our mana late. The Nighthawk Scavenger, this is another one that didn't come in. I think this was the last change to the deck, actually. I don't think this came in until the last maybe 30 minutes or 45 minutes worth of games. And truthfully, this is tough because it doesn't totally synergize with the rest of the deck, right? And we understand that. But it is necessary, it feels like, because having an extra flyer to come over the top on things is big. Being able to take down just some other big creature when you don't have a way because your creatures might be too small, that's important. The life linking in the aggro matchups is important. It just, everything it does seems to be good for this deck. And it's unfortunate because you can't really freely remove stuff from your opponent's yard if you want Nighthawk Scavenger to be big, so it's a weird, juggling act there as well. But it just feels necessary. So feel free to change it, play something else if you want. In this spot, we tried the Eccentric Farmer that was putting stuff in the yard and getting a land back into your hand. But it just seems so slow, and for 3 mana, it's just underpowered. Like, I mean, if you compare these, right, it's 3 mana for possibly up to a 5 or 6 power flyer, but you're getting a Death Touch lifelink flyer versus just getting a 2/3 on the ground with no other abilities, right? Like, it just doesn't compare. Even more so since we removed like Skyclave Shade and some of the other things. It's just, we even tried the black green 2/2 from Zendikar that has the kicker, and then if you have a land, or no, if you play something that gets counters, you get to put it on top of your library, but that was too slow. Like, we tried a lot of cards in this list. Playing 2 Ebon Death Dracolich because it just feels like it makes sense. You can get a bonus for your Willowgeist out of it. If it ends up in your graveyard from a Deathbonded Sprout, that's not bad. It's a flash creature, so you can play it after they sweep the board. So yeah, we like this in here. There's not a lot to explain. And then Old Stick Fingers. We played as few as 2 in this list. We never had 4 in here, but 3 seems okay. It makes it to where you see it enough, but not too much, where you see it early and you don't really have anything in the graveyard yet or have the mana to put stuff there. But overall, liked it. Mana, we really didn't have too much mana issue, or too many mana issues with this deck, so that much was good. That was consistent. If anything, we drew too much, which is weird because we only have, 15, 19, 23, so it's not that many, really. But we did have a lot of games where we drew lots of land. But we have 2 Hive of the Eye Tyrant, 5 Snow-Covered Swamps, 8 Snow-Covered Forest, 4 Darkboar Pathway, 2 Necro Blossom Snarl, and 2 Faceless Haven. Argument can be made that we could probably switch out one of the forests for an extra swamp. Probably. That's probably the correct answer. Because it didn't really come in to harm us at all, but that sort of makes sense realistically. Probably should have more black sources than green sources, but part of the reason is you're trying to make sure you have green for Deathbonded Sprout or Willowgeist early. So it's kind of a catch-22, right? You want to make sure you can play your best 1 mana things early, but if you don't get them, yeah, then you're sitting there with green mana and you can't cast everything else. But I think for this is mostly fine. Feel free to swap that up if you want to. But yeah, this was a interesting deck to goof around with. I wouldn't say this is a deck you should go put into the ladder. Matter of fact, I'd probably recommend against it. This is a good deck if you just want to knock out some dailies, play a bunch of black creatures, play some green creatures, attack with a bunch of things, maybe draw some cards or whatever. Like, if you have those dailies, great, go for it. I think it's going to be fine. Maybe just got to play black cards or whatever. Cool. The thing about it is that we probably only had something like a 35% win percentage realistically. And some of that was just, learning the cards or whatever. We did do better toward the end of our game, so maybe this list plays better than our early ones did, but I want to be completely transparent about the whole process and kind of what went on there. But it's fun. It really was a fun deck. It's an interesting deck. There's lots of good, fun, interactive choices. So I like all that. I just don't know. I don't think this is even ever going to hit the truly competitive tier, I would say. Like, we've played a lot of stuff over the last few weeks that I could see situations and I can see different meta games where those are competitive, but this one's just definitely just not going to be at that top tier level. At best, you might be able to get this to a 45%, 50% win percent if you put some work and time into it and learn all the plays. But that's like the best I think you're going to be able to hope from this deck. Realistically, like I said, it's an open play Q deck. If you just want to use it for your dailies and do fun stuff that's different, go for it. But I wouldn't recommend playing this in the ladder. It just took a lot of work to even get to this build of it, honestly. Now for today's card spotlight, we're going to talk about Archon of Cruelty. This was a fun one that kind of slipped into Modern Horizons 2 that's really a quality commander card. Now, it does cost a lot, but we all know in Commander we ramp up our mana and we trick creatures into play all the time. And honestly, this card does a lot of work. I mean, it basically does everything. Like discard, life drain, draw cards, like return things. Like it's doing everything for the cost. And it's a big creature. It's evasive. Like this thing's great. It's a card I think a lot of people don't know about, because when we talk about Modern Horizons 2, we talk about all these other big cards like, you know, the Ragavans of the world and, you know, all that stuff, you know, Urza Saga or whatever. But this card is really, really good. I would not be surprised if this ends up being a pretty pricey commander card over the next year and a half or so. Because again, it's expensive cost-wise, but man, it does so much if it actually sticks. So worth considering if you're into black and want to check it out. Now don't forget, if you want today's deck list and you want to give it a go, like I said, it's super fun if you want to try it out. The link will be in the description below, along with links to our Facebook gaming streams, our Twitch streams, and our Discord if you want to come by. Even if you want to come talk about this deck, I think it'd be really fun just to see what people's perspective are, because I feel like there's a card or two I was just missing that I just didn't play for whatever reason, just couldn't figure it out. So hey, if you got ideas, hit up the Discord and let's talk about it. Also, again, don't forget we have the other channel. Link's going to be in the description if you want to go check that out. Please go subscribe. I need some subscribers over there so I can secure the channel name and all that fun stuff. And that'll help me out a lot if you go check a video or two. And then finally, if you haven't, please remember to like, subscribe, notify, share, all that fun, wonderful stuff, because that helps this channel a lot. And I really appreciate it. That's all I have for you for now. We'll see you next time.